Hello, I'm Santino, and this is the Marinelli Brothers podcast. This is episode 3 of my new series on this channel called Bible Talk with Santino Marinelli. Today's story is on the road to Emmaus. If you don't remember, last time we just read the story before that, which is in Luke chapter 24, verses 1 to 12. Which was Jesus has risen. If you haven't seen our last two episodes before this episode, remember to check it out. And by the way, so that way it's a lot more organized, go to the playlist Bible Talk with Santino. That should have all the videos. So just do that, and then it will be easier so that you don't have to sit through all of our videos. So anyways, enough with that, and we're going to get to on to today's story on the road to Emmaus, verses, which is Luke 24, verses 13 to 35. I know, it's a bit of a long story. I remember hearing this story, back in, July. So, let's get right into it. This is like kind of a continuation of our last story. So, now, on the same day as Jesus' resurrection, two of Jesus' disciples were going to a village called, Emmaus. So, the village is called Emmaus, which is not that far from Jerusalem. You don't remember what Jerusalem was? It was where Jesus spent most of his time. So, anyways, verse 14, they were talking with each other about everything that happened on Friday, which is Good Friday. As they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked along with them, but they did not recognize him. It actually says here, I just said what came in my mind, but it actually says here, but they were kept from recognizing them. So they were so carried away talking about, what happened. Oh my gosh, a bunch of this is happening. Our Lord is dead. Why would they do this to him? He's innocent and all that, blah, blah. But then Jesus comes up, and he kind of disguised himself, and they don't know. No. So, let's see what Jesus, asked them, which comes up in 17. He asked them, "What are you discussing together as you walk along?" They stood still, their face downcast, which means their faces, they were sad. One of them, named Cleopas, I'm not sure how his name is pronounced. Anyways, he asked him, "Are you the only one visiting Jerusalem who does not know the things that have happened there in these days?" "What things?" he asked. "About Jesus of Nazareth," they replied. "He was a prophet, powerful in word and deed before God and all the people. The chief priests and our rulers handed him over to be sentenced to death, and they crucified him." So they're telling him so far what happened on Friday, how Jesus was innocent. He was just trying to teach people about God. And the chief priests and the rulers handed him over to be sentenced, and they crucified. But we had hoped that he was the only one who was going to redeem Israel, and what is more, and it is on the third day all this took place. In addition, some of our women amazed us. They went to the tomb early in the morning to clean the body, but they did not find the body. They came and told us that they had seen a vision of angels, 2 angels, if you remember, who said he was alive. Then some of our companions went to the tomb and found it was just the as the one had said, but they did not see Jesus. So they're telling him, because they don't know who he is yet, they're telling him about what had happened back in verses 1 through 13. I'm just going to say that. They do not remember. They were telling him about what happened just earlier that same day. He said to them, "How foolish are you, and how slow to believe all that the prophets had spoken? Did not the Messiah have to suffer these things and then enter his glory?" And begin with Moses and all the prophets. He explained to them what was said in all the scriptures concerning himself. So I'm not sure what those 3 verses meant. I'm not sure. Okay, verse 28. As they approached the village to which they were going, Jesus continued on as he was going further, but they urged him strongly, "Stay with us, for it is nearly evening. The day is almost over." So he went. He went in with them. But when he was at the table with them, he took bread, giving thanks, broke it, and began to give it to them. Then their eyes were open, and they recognized he had disappeared. And just right before, so he broke the bread, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, this was Jesus. We did not know this." But before they could say one more word, Jesus was out of sight like a magician. Because he did a lot of miracles, and that's how he disappeared. And let me see. Okay. So yeah, that's what happened. So they sat at the table and they said to each other, "What not our hearts burning within us while he talked with us on the road and opened the scriptures to us?" They got up and returned to Jerusalem at once. There they found the 11 of those with them. So if you don't know why there are not 12, just go to our previous episode. And assembled them, and saying, "It is true, the Lord is risen and has appeared to Simon." Then the two told them what had happened on the way and how Jesus was recognized by them when they broke the bread. So, yeah, that's basically what happened. Now, if you want to hear the story for yourself, you can either go to Bible Getaway, which is a good website. It's basically the entire Bible. Or you can just, watch, you can just watch videos. So that's all I have for today's episode of Bible Talk with Santino here on the Marinelli Brothers podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a comment. Have a good day, everyone, and talk to you soon. Bye.